Hello, we're reading from Oppression and Social Intervention, Ira Goldenberg, and he's breaking down some really good things that we need for this moment in our society, this moment in history. Gems in here, absolute gems. Oh man, book's coming apart. That's what happens, man. Black scholars are very poor. We do the best we can. The need for a sense of personal impact. If the need for a sense of self is retrospective in nature, the need for a sense of personal impact is fully directed toward the dynamics of the present. When we speak of the need for a sense of personal impact, we mean the experience of participating directly, fully, and with few preconditions in the process by which the boundaries of one's freedom are determined. It is, however, more than that. It is the sense that one can and does have a recognizable and continually reaffirmed input on the decisions that ultimately affect the quality of one's life. Finally, it is the sense that there is a reality and credibility to one's personal involvement, and that the questioning and changing of one's social, economic, and political world is a sacred trust and not a precarious privilege bestowed by others and eternally subject to revocation. The universal need to experience a sense of control over the conditions under which one lives is what is meant by the term self determination. It connotes a mode of being in which one's actions in the world define the meaning of one's humanity. To be self determining is to be proactive, restless, and intensely committed to that which is creative and ennobling of the human enterprise. It is the stance one assumes in the face of increased pressures toward passivity, conformity, and complacency. Damn, man, this is some good stuff. The need for a sense of personal impact, of participating directly in the process of determining one's fate, is a concept that flies directly in the face of those for whom the social order is perceived as a means of managing others. It is a dangerous concept insofar as it delegitimizes the virtue of elitist leadership. The phrase maximum feasible participation, for example, may one day stand alongside the wording of the Supreme Court's 1954 desegregation decision with all deliberate speed, as one of the more controversial, if not clearly conceptualized, sentences in recent American history. Its effect, perhaps inadvertently, was not only to redefine the relationship between helping programs and the recipients, but also to create the condition for a potential shift in political power and social control. What may very well have begun as a well intentioned but relatively minor attempt to involve the poor in the planning and the implementation of the opportunity programs may one day be looked upon as the most significant byproduct of the war on poverty. And of course, an important reason for the termination, in essence, the concept of maximum feasible participation confronted political systems with the need to share and perhaps even relinquish a good deal of power they had so studiously and cautiously reserved for themselves. On the other hand, by making it more legitimate for the heretofore completely powerless to determine the course of their own lives and development, the wording of the Economic Opportunity Act of 1964 opened a Pandora's box of problems and conflicts, some of which may yet change the existing social fabric of our society in some unanticipated ways. The point, of course, is that the need for a sense of personal impact, far from being contained or curtailed by sudden openings in the system, is an insatiable and contagious offspring of the human spirit. Thus, when Schlesinger, 1965, says that revolutions accelerate not from despair, but from hope, he is simply reaffirming the notion that, conditions notwithstanding, The innate tendency of the human organism is to welcome rather than to recoil from the possibilities of personal involvement in the decisions around which one's life and times become ordered. Some good stuff, man. Oh, man, that's some good stuff. I hope that this has been beneficial for you. I'm getting charged out of it. I could barely read some of it. It's so good. And I'll see you next time. And until then, take care of your mind, take care of your body, and please be safe out there.